While we begin the podcast, I'd like to acknowledge that we record it on the lands of the Wurundjeri people and pay respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Welcome to the first episode of the Shutter Chat, a podcast that will bring you to dive into the pixels and explore art, tech, and recent trends in photography. I'm your host, Diana, and today we have a wonderful topic to discuss. We'll be delving into the world of photography and datagraphy. To get us through this journey, we have a special guest join us, Emilie Katrine Sunde. Emilie is currently doing a PhD in Media and Communication at the University of Melbourne. She has professional experiences as a co-founder of Coded Aesthetics, a research fellow at the Center for AI and Digital Ethics, as well as a tutor at the School of Culture and Communication. Welcome, Emilie!
Thank you so much for inviting me, Diana.
So thrilled to have you here. Thanks for coming. As a researcher in AI and photography, I'm sure that you understand well the recent trends of technology and photography, right? In the last decade, there has been a shift in photography. It starts to be challenging to differentiate between photographs and data-based images that we might consider as datagraphs. What do you think about it?
Yes, of course. So the term datagraphs is something I'm developing for my thesis at the moment. And it started with a recognition that AI images tended to be compared to what it's not. Specifically, photographs was the most popular. And the problem with comparing photographs and AI output or large image models outputs is that we don't really get to the core of what these images are and how they're constructed and what they're made of. That said, there is of course, a relationship between photography and the data graphs or AI images, or certain AI images specifically because for a lot of them, they're optimized to look like photographs, and also they're trained on existing photographs. So there are a genre of AI images that specifically refer back to photography without being a photograph. So the term datagraph to me, it allows us to recognize this heritage of the new type of AI images that are referring to photographs, but at the same time speak to the information source of these new images. And just as photography refers back to photo, which is light, and graph, which is writing, so writing with light or drawing with light, this is datagraph. So it's drawing with data, specifically in a form that looks like photographs. So the output is meant to look like a photograph.
Well, I like how you describe photography as like drawing using lights. I can relate to it as a photographer, how I need to set my camera and determine the light sources to capture a picture. And as you mentioned previously, while there may be some similarities between photographs and datagraphs, there are significant technical distinctions here, particularly when it comes to information sources. Okay. Now, let's move on to the impact of datagraphs on perception. How do datagraphs challenge our understanding of reality, especially when we connect it with the socio-technical aspects of visual culture?
So a datagraph allows us to study these new genre of images both through its technical construction, looking at those data sets and the AI model specifically, and also their social impact. And I think especially the second will help us understand the impact they're having on society because we will see them for what they are, not compare them to what they're not. And as soon as we start seeing them for what they are, we can develop modes of analyzing and looking at these images that will be productive rather than cause of misinformation and fear about what they can do to destroy.
That's really interesting. Very good buy-in. I agree with you. Because most people are only enticed by the perfect images generated by technology, but often forget about the risks, including misinformation. Thank you so much, Emilie, for sharing your insights into this topic. That's it for today's episode of the Shutter Chat. We hope you enjoyed this exploration of photography and datagraphy. Stay tuned for the next episode. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep capturing moments. See ya!